house that is haunted. Right from the start, dear, built on an acre of sand.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Zada.
And I'm Kelly. And you're listening to
Two Sides and the Truth. So glad y'all are back. This is an exciting episode because Kelly and I haven't seen each other pretty much in a week.
It's been a minute, man.
I'm so out of the loop. I literally texted her yesterday. What is going on?
I feel like I don't even know you anymore.
I know. I was
we
like,
still friends?
Yeah, I was worried. I was like, oh my God, I haven't seen her in forever. But you know, you've had a lot going on. Yeah. I was very sick for 2 weeks. I mean, every time I thought I was getting better, I was back to it.
I know.
I went from strep to a UTI, which I've never had in my life, to a kidney infection.
Oh my goodness.
Apparently they're all connected.
That's crazy.
I didn't know that. I'm better now. I'm good now.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah, but 2 weeks of that. So I slept a lot. That sums up my 2 weeks. I slept a lot. Bless Rick's heart. Rick did not get any action for maybe the longest time ever. TMI for those that don't want to hear this. Family members, sorry. Turn it off for about 2 minutes.
Just skip ahead.
But it did get a little ridiculous. Like it was like, yeah, that's a long time for us. And so after a while, so bless his heart. So, and he really doesn't like bug me or anything like that. It's me. I'm the problem.
Oh, I get it. Me
so
too.
I'm like, so I'm feeling better on Sunday. Yeah, I'm feeling better on Sunday. Like I'm finally better. I'm like, I'm feeling good, babe. This is
Tonight's
the day.
the night.
I'm like, it's on. Get yourself a shower.
Put on your sexy boxers.
Be clean and be in bed on time. And that is, I literally all day long talk this shit up. And then I fell asleep at 7. I mean, oops. 7 o'clock, I fell asleep. You text me at like 7:25.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I was passed out by 7:25.
I'm so sorry.
It was that thing.
But I mean, I'm glad that you're feeling better now, though.
I feel so much better. Not enough in time for that. And the reason is I decided this was going to happen and I was excited about it and I was feeling good finally and I hadn't really had a drink and I've been really just sick. So I had some wine.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
That was the problem. I hadn't drank a lot and then I had this wine, not a lot of wine even, but it knocked me out.
It'll do that to you.
So I go and I take a shower and I get in bed and I'm waiting for him and I'm asleep before he gets there. I was like, I'm sorry. And so he's like, he wasn't upset. You know, he's like, that's fine. But the next morning I got up, I made him breakfast and, you know, we didn't say anything about it. And I was like disappointed in myself. And then the next night I get home and he was like, I'm going to need you to stay awake this time. I said, well, why didn't you just wake me? And he was like, you wouldn't wake up. I tried.
You didn't try hard enough.
I was like, I'm sorry about that. It's been taken care of. The man's been dealt with.
I'm so happy.
He's very happy himself. Yeah, it all worked out good. I'm back to my normal health. And here I am. Sorry I've been absent. I've been really sick. I was so tired, man. I've never slept so much in my life, except when I had COVID. That's the only other time. But I survived.
Well, no more. Okay, we're done. We got the sickness out of our way for the year.
No more. No more.
Right, cool.
Yeah. So now you need to fill me in on you. I feel like you've had way more going on than me.
Okay, I really have. So there's been so much going on that I've even like forgot what, or maybe it's just my brain like wanting to like block it out. But whenever I have so much going on, it will go into just like overdrive, and I won't be able to store more information because there's too much stored information. So it really does help to do the podcast because it makes me like talk things out and it helps me to remember things and work through things and make me face things. So I'm glad that we're finally back to it because I've had a couple of things to run by you.
I'm going to need them because I'm in the dark.
Okay.
I'm literally in the dark.
So first things first, let's just start off with girls' night. Okay. So I had girls' night last Thursday night and it was a wonderful girls' night. We did our usual going out to Rocket to karaoke. And, but there was a little something that happened, and that was I ticked off one of my friends, and it wasn't on purpose.
Wait, one of your girlfriends?
One of my friends. Well, I'm not going to name names, but I ticked off one of my friends, and I didn't mean to. But I think that, I mean, that happens. I mean, you're not always going to get along with your girlfriends 100%. I mean, this just not happens. I mean, like people's personalities, but you might say or do something that is taken the wrong way, or maybe you take something a little too far. I'm not perfect, and I never have said that I am. Okay. And sometimes in social,
I have to say, if y'all hear crunching, I haven't eaten all day and I'm eating a taco.
that taco looks good.
I am so sorry if you hear it. It's delicious. Big Al down the hatch. Tuesdays. Okay, go ahead.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, go ahead, y'all.
So, and whenever I'm in social situations, a lot times different parts of my personality can take over, and it's just, a defense mechanism that my brain does. If I get overstimulated, or if I get anxious or nervous, or if somebody makes me uncomfortable, sometimes I can just totally flip to a different, part of my personality, and I act different. And so I even talk different sometimes. That just happens. My friends who know me well can tell, and it's just known. They're like, uh-oh, what happened to Kelly? So that is one of the things that kind of happened this Thursday. I don't know why, but I was a little bit out of my element anyways, just starting off the night. And I can usually tell when I don't want to touch anybody, like I don't even want to hug my friends. That's the first indicator that, okay, well, something's up. Because I don't mind hugging my friends. I actually like to. But sometimes it just doesn't even cross my brain because I do not want to touch anything or anybody. And that was Thursday night. So I already knew going into it.
I can say that as your friend, I can definitely tell.
Yeah.
When you are feeling
when I'm doing the standoffish thing. Mm-hmm. I'm not engaging. I don't talk. I get very quiet. Yeah. And then sometimes I can get very, not necessarily rude, but just very uncompromisingly forthright. Okay. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel or how you're making me feel. And I don't really care how that comes across because I don't like people to make me feel uncomfortable or to throw me under the bus or anything like that. Whatever. But I try to always, that's why I don't talk very much, because I'm always like overthinking things and I never want to make anybody mad. But with my working on my communication, I am getting better at communicating. I've noticed that I am more willing to offer up information or speak my mind. And I don't always do it with the best finesse. And when it comes to my friends, I really want to try. But something happened. I was saying some stuff about, because one of my friends, she is a firecracker, and she likes to say things to get people's reaction. Okay. She likes that, she wants to shock and awe kind of thing. I don't have a problem with that. It's just not my personality. When I meet somebody, I'm just like, oh, hi, how are you? My name's Kelly. Okay. I'm very, just friendly and okay. And she's just very like, I'm going to say something to just like, wow you, or like, catch you off guard, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not my personality. So I was saying something about that, and I was laughing about it really because I think she's really funny, and she gives me a lot of content. But it ticked her off the way that I guess that I was talking about it or talking about the situation, because she was watching some guys play pool, and she had made a few comments. We didn't know the guys. We'd never met them, didn't know who they are, but she was like watching them like a hawk playing pool. One of them came over and asked her if she wanted to play with them. And I'm not going to go into everything that she said, but she said something that, was kind of like took him back. He was like, whoa, okay. Like some kind of like sexual comment or something. And then the next guy had said something, they like knocked a ball off the table. And so she got the ball and gave the ball back to him. And she said another, sexual comment or whatever. So, but that's just her. She just does that. But the guys, obviously, they weren't taking it as they were like, whoa, okay, creepy. You know what I mean? And so I'd gone over there to them and I'd introduced myself and I'm like, she's great. She likes to get a reaction out of people, just saying hi to them or whatever. And then I walked back over. Well, I upset her in doing that or making a big deal about what she was saying. And I really wasn't even trying to make a big deal. That was the situation.
Yeah.
I was
you
just
noticed it and you addressed it.
Yeah. And I was going off of the information that was given to me by them, and I'm like, well, okay.
I've been in that boat before. I know what you're talking about. You're like the third party kind of. Yeah.
So, and I really wasn't trying to make a big deal about it. I wasn't trying to upset her. It was just in the moment. I was talking about it because I thought it was funny. I did. I thought it was funny, but anyways. So I felt bad. I didn't feel bad because I thought that I did something wrong, because I really don't think that I did anything wrong. I said how I felt about the situation. But I didn't mean to upset her by what I said or making fun of the situation or anything like that. I was just, but in some way I did overstep the bounds. And so going into it further, I'm thinking like, okay, well, obviously I really care about this friend. She's one of my girls. I don't want this to, drive a wedge between us, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so sorry, please forgive me either. But you can still make amends with somebody without saying that you had necessarily were in the wrong or did something wrong. Did I mean to upset her? No. Would I like to make amends for that? Yes, I would. But you have to be able to have a conversation about it. You have to be able to, both, put your feelings aside. Okay, what happened?
And when you care about someone, you try to do that.
Yeah. What was it that I did wrong in your eyes, so that in the future this doesn't happen again? You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to check your friends. I don't mind when friends check me and they're like, whoa, Kelly, you need to calm down. Or, hey, don't say that. Or, hey, don't wear that. Or, whatever it is, I don't mind being checked by my friends. And sometimes that's what you have to do. If they're being a bitch, you need to
I'm going to tell you how many times Mary has checked me and I've checked Mary. I've never had to check you. I've never, and you've never checked me. Man, no, you have.
Oh, wait, yeah.
It was needed though. Like totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was needed. But no, I've never had to check you. But Mary and I do check each other. And I would check you if I needed to. I just haven't needed to.
We just haven't gotten there.
Yeah.
Well, and this thing is like, I'm not saying that I am above checking. I'm sure, and I know it does happen because I'm not always the most careful. And sometimes whenever I do get in a different headspace, you're going to get different things out of me that you wouldn't normally. And that's because I'm going off of a heightened sense of awareness, or I'm already ticked off about something. And so it is a defense mechanism in my brain that kicks in that somebody else takes over. And she's not necessarily always the nicest. She doesn't give a crap about what she says or who takes it the wrong way. This is X. And I know I love her. Well. I love her because she is a necessity and she gets me through some hard stuff. But at the same time, I'm not always happy about the way she goes about it. But she gets shit done. Okay. Yeah. So I got to give her props.
Yeah,
but at the same time, you're like, well, can we just pull back the reins just a little bit? Just pull back the reins just a little bit. Okay. But, so that's one of the things I'm dealing with. Like, I'm wanting to make amends.
Have y'all made amends?
I haven't. I'm still in trouble, I guess, because I haven't heard back from her. So
I think that in the end of the day,
that was a lot of talking. I'm out of breath. I need to take a drink.
I think at the end of the day that I have an extra taco. It's chicken. I think at the end of the day that if it is a real friend. And I don't know anything about this because I wasn't there and we haven't talked. Mm-mm. But if it is a real friend, like a true friend, like this is like you and I and like me and Mary or me and Erica, whatever. Yeah. You're going to find a common ground and work it out.
Yeah.
And if it's not a true friend, you're not.
It's true.
And then you know what to do from there. You're going to fix it or you're not. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it takes two parties to fix it.
Yeah.
Because as friends, you have to understand that you're not always going to agree on things.
No.
You and I don't always agree on
things. We've had our, tiff before where we stopped talking and we were literally not friends anymore because there was a hard patch in that friendship. Yeah. And we took that time apart and then we made the time where we came together and we had a heart to heart and we put feelings aside and really discussed what the problem was and how to not have those problems in the future. And
it was necessary because when you love someone in a friendship way, you have to understand that you're not always going to be the same and you're not always going to know the other person. There's just so much to a friendship.
Yeah, there really is.
Between women in particular, because women are complicated. Mm-hmm. Men are not as complicated. And, and I just think that if that friendship is worth it to you, you fight for it.
Yeah.
And if it's not worth it to you or doesn't bring enough good in your life, you don't fight for it. And so when you and I had our little, I don't know, I wasn't even, obviously I was not even upset with you, but you were worth fighting for because you were someone I needed to be in my life, and vice versa. And I think when you're a friendship, you fight for it like you do a relationship. Yeah. If it's truly a true friendship.
Yeah.
I'm going to fight for Mary. Yeah. I'm going to fight for you. I'm going to fight for Erica. There's certain people I'm going to fight to keep in my life. And sometimes I have to admit I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. But also sometimes I'm not wrong, but I don't have to explain it to them either.
Yeah.
And they have to love me anyways, and vice versa. Like, does that make sense? Like, it might be wrong to you because you don't know the story, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think
from your perspective, or the perspective that you saw an error, or you got upset, and that doesn't necessarily mean what the person did was wrong. It just wasn't right by your standards,
right? Which
is also valid, though. I mean, you have to explain.
It's such a thin line.
You have to explain to your friend why you had the problem, where the problem lies. Right. Explain what it was.
What about that is it that upset you, or hurt you, and let the person address it. And they can address it in a way that you like or you don't, and then you can go from there.
Yeah.
So hopefully it works out. But at the end of the day, if it's your true friend, it's going to work out. And if it's not your true friend, it's not.
I believe the same thing.
And you have to give grace to friends.
Yeah.
Because none of us are perfect.
No. I will be the first person.
And it doesn't mean you screwed up when I say this, because I wasn't there. But our friends screw up.
Yeah.
And I still have to love my friends when they screw up. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they have to love me when I screw up. Mm-hmm. And that's why I say, that's why I brought up Mary when you said about, correcting your friend, or, what I call calling to the carpet your friend. Sometimes you need that from someone. You need that person. And Mary just happens to be my person because she has no filter. Yeah. So Mary will put me in my place real fucking quick. Like, it's like, what are you doing? What did you just say? What? You know what I mean?
Hold up.
And I've had those conversations with her. If I got mad at her every time she called me to the carpet, we wouldn't be friends. We wouldn't have been friends 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And vice versa. But I need it, and I filter it, and I decide if she's right or not. And if she's not right, I can give my rebuttal, but still be your friend.
Yeah.
And if we can't still be friends, we were never friends.
That's true. You have to be able to fight with your friends and grow from that.
Right. Yeah. If they're worth it, they're worth it.
That's why I'm giving her time and her space, because that's what I would want. Because I think about it, and I like to put myself in the other person's shoes. And when I know it's me, and so I know it's probably something I said, it's what I did, it's the way I was talking about the situation and, making jokes. And if that were me and I didn't like it, and because she just left, she didn't tell me bye, we were making plans for the next day, and then she just had walked out the door. I was like, ooh,
but at the same time, if it made her uncomfortable with how you handled it, she has to understand she made you uncomfortable with the original issue.
And that's really why I even did anything, because when I go out, not that I want everybody to love me and like me and I'm just going to be fake, but I want to portray who I really am.
Yeah.
And in that situation, if there wasn't a lot of people there, and there's these guys that, they're kind of like, all weary of our group. And that's why I went over there and introduced myself. And I was like, I don't want y'all to think that, we're just eyeballing y'all, or that we're weird or anything like that. We're just having girls' night. And I was explaining the situation to them, and I didn't say anything. On top of that,
you got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to be putting out sexual comments in any. I'm going to tell you
and
right now.
And I don't care what my friends do. You can do whatever you want, but I like to keep everybody on the same page. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I was doing by that. She can do whatever she wants. I'm not her mom. She can say whatever she wants. Right. But if you're going to say what you want and you're hanging out in our friend group, we're all a group, I'm gonna give my 2 cents too. I'm gonna let those people know who I am as well.
Yeah.
And that's where I was coming from. I was like, well, I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna talk to them, and I'm gonna just try to keep us all on the same page. And that's all I was trying to do. And so I thought, okay, if I upset my friend like that, and I just was at the walkout point, because that's usually what I do. I don't like to fight. I don't like to argue. Yeah. I will just excuse myself. I'll excuse myself from the situation until I figure out how I want to handle it, or if I don't want to handle it at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's why I'm not going to bother her about it. I have sent her a text, but I'm not going to, keep hounding her. I'm going to give her time to do whatever she needs. And if she does decide to open up that, discussion with me, then we can go from there. Yeah. And I hope that she does, because, she's a great woman, and I love having her in my life.
Right.
And I hope that my friendship is worth it to her to
Friendships are a
talk to me
two-way
about it.
street, though. It's just like any other relationship, even between a man and a woman. A friendship between two women is a respect that goes both ways.
Yep.
And we don't have to agree on everything, but we have to respect each other.
Yeah.
So I hope it works out. Obviously,
I'll keep you posted.
If it doesn't, you weren't meant to be friends.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like that happens. There are times you're just not meant to be friends. And I mean, of a particular incident with me where I had a very long time friend that's been in and out of my life for 40 years. Like I was a kid. And there's been a few times she burned a bridge and I had to move past the bridge.
Yeah.
And
I build a new bridge.
I had to build a new bridge and I got apologies and I got, this will be fixed. And then the last time it was done. I'm done rebuilding that bridge.
Yeah. You're running out of wood.
I ran out of wood. And I will tell you, she hadn't stopped talking about me since.
It doesn't surprise me.
And it gets back to my kids.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Because we have a kid the same age. And so I have to direct my kids all the time. It's not my business or yours what she or her son thinks.
It's true.
I can't control what she thinks. Do I think it's what she really thinks? No. I think it's her defense mechanism.
Yeah.
And it's not my problem.
It's true.
But it's hard.
Yeah.
Because you love the person. You wouldn't be friends with me. You didn't love them to begin with. And I can love the person, but not like them.
Yeah. And you can love somebody and still keep them at arm's distance because you're not going to let them hurt you.
At some point, you got to write it off.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to decide this person's not healthy for me. I'm not saying that's the case in this one. This one doesn't sound like the issue. It just sounds like maybe a miscommunication or a difference in personalities, and that's going to happen. Yeah, if every friend of yours is the same personality,
that would be really boring.
Very boring. Very, very. What would you talk about? Nothing. Yeah, you like pink. I like pink. Awesome. You like Tyler Childers? I like Tyler Childers. Awesome. No, you like Tyler Childers? Let me tell you about Zach Bryan. Like that's what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the diversity and the different flavors and the different,
This
quirks.
is a good conversation because we're such women people and women power, and it's good to show that there are sometimes hiccups.
Yeah, there are.
Even in women friendships that can be resolved.
And I think I was thinking about it, this is honestly the first tiff, which is what I'm going to call it, with this particular person. Like we really get along pretty smoothly, even though our personalities are very polar different.
Y'all are very different if it's who I think it is.
But it's still, we work, because we are respectful of each other and, but sometimes things slip and sometimes you're not always the best version of you. And sometimes you don't handle things correctly.
And when you have a bunch of women that are like alphas.
And there's alcohol involved.
That helps. Yes. And I do think, and I don't know that it's reflective of that incident because you haven't said anything that leads me to believe it's reflective of that incident. But you and I have discussed this in the past, that you are younger than I am. If it's who I think it is, you're younger than she is. And it is sometimes hard for us as older women to recognize we're no longer the cutest girl in the room. We're no longer the young girl that everybody's looking at when you walk. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if you've ever been that girl, which most of your friends have been, then it is hard to understand your current role. Yep. And your roles change. And so the attention I got at 16, 18, 22, 26, you know what I mean, is not the same attention I'm going to get at 48, 50. You know what I mean? It's a different kind of attention and it's a different kind of, you know what I mean? And when you've been getting the other attention for 20 years, and then someone 15 years younger than you comes in and they're getting the same attention you used to get, you can either accept that graciously or you cannot.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's the case with her, but you and I have have run into that being an issue with other people.
Yes, I've had that being an issue before with people, and I can understand that. It's weird to me because I really don't look at things that way.
You don't even realize
I don't half the time, because, and I'm not saying that I don't think that I am young and good looking. I mean, I have high positive thoughts about myself, but I just don't think about myself that way. And I don't think about any kind of attention that I'm getting.
But I'm just telling you, as an observer of the situation, you are that person.
I've
you're very attractive.
To deal with it,
It's not just that you're attractive. I mean, your beauty is beautiful, but I'm talking you're attractive, like you're attracted to you
Yeah, because of my nature.
Yes. And so, there's a lot of beautiful women that are not attractive in other ways.
Yes, that's true.
And men, goes both same,
sure does.
Same way. And the attention you get based on who you are, you can see when someone's attractive visually, but they're also attractive in other ways, they get a whole nother level. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It becomes very obvious. Like in your case, it's obvious. It's y'all, I don't understand. Everywhere we go, it's ridiculous. The attention, men, women, children. I got it when I was your age. My girlfriends all got it when we were your age.
Yeah.
And I run with a group of ladies that are pretty attractive, but also they're dynamic personalities, And so we got it. And now that we're older, we don't get the same attention. We still get it, but we don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was so bad that Mary and I went to a concert in No, there's no nines. It all runs together. I was divorced already. 2010. Let's go with 2009, 10. We went to this concert, okay? It's like an all-day festival concert, right? And I'm living in Houston at the time, and Mary's living in Dallas at the time, and we have other friends joining us, and we're going to meet at this well, I rode with Mary, but we get to the concert and meet up with all these girls, and there's like 6 of us, I think, maybe. We get there. Mary's like 5'2". I think Mary's about 5'2". She's tiny. Yeah. I'm 5'10". Our friends are all about 5'7"-ish. We walk in. Mary's getting all the attention. She knows everybody in the music industry. She knows every bartender. She knows just everybody. Mm-hmm. She's never had children, never been married. She is living her best life in Dallas. She knows everybody in Dallas. Mm-hmm. All of us have had children. We've been married. We've been divorced. We've been in and out, in and out of the social scene. And so we get there, and Mary we cannot walk. Everybody is stopping us. Every 4 feet. We're just trying to get to our damn seats. We just want to see the show. You know what I mean? We want a beer. Okay. Can we go get a beer? And then can we go sit down? No, we cannot, because everybody in Dallas sees Mary and it's like, Mary, 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 Mary. Everybody. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like she's famous, So we've had enough. We're trying to get to our seat. So we form a circle around her.
So that you can't see her.
So no one can see her, so we can get to our damn seat. I could have been upset.
Yeah.
But why would I?
Yeah.
I have to recognize her moment, and it was her moment. We had a great damn day. Everybody had a great day. We all had men hit on us. All had girls that fawned on whatever. But Mary was definitely the star of that show that day, which is understandable. If you saw Mary, you'd understand.
Yeah,
particularly at this time in our lives, and can you imagine if any of us were the jealous type or the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and you just can't do that.
No,
you just can't do that. You just have to. You can't do that. You know what I mean?
You have to be a cheerleader for your friends and a support for your friends and a checkmate for your friends too. You have to be able to do all of these things.
All of the above. All of the above. And there's many times that I've had to fill that role with different friends, and they've had to fill it with me.
Yeah.
And I've been putting my check. Well, that's unfortunate, but it might be a good thing for your friendship.
I mean,
if you can get through it, it'll be stronger.
Exactly. And that's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on moving forward, having a resolution, getting a stronger bond with this person. That's what I foresee, and that's what I want.
Well, hopefully her too. And if she doesn't, then her loss.
And I will wish her the very best with her life. I really don't think that's the way it's going to go, but my head, I always I have that worst case scenarios, I'm going to be outcasted. No one's going to be, I'm not going to be invited to girls' night anymore. But then I was like, wait, I started girls' night.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
That's funny. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so what else? What else has been going on? I'm out of the loop.
There's actually still more.
Shit. Okay, go.
So going on, so that was Thursday night. This weekend, my friend Marilee, who was on the podcast, 2 podcasts ago, one of my best friends, she obviously, her husband was in the circus, like y'all heard, and they have a lot of very interesting, colorful, amazing friends. Okay. One of their good friends is one of America's oldest, I can't, acts. It's like what did they call it? Not a trapeze act, but he's like,
so he's a circus friend.
Yeah, he's a circus friend. What he does, his name is the Amazing
Slatic.
The Amazing Slatic. His name is Gary Slatic. And what he does is he does a lot of like halftime shows and stuff like that. And what he does is he has a table and he stacks chairs and he climbs the chairs, and there's like 5 chairs, and then he does a handstand on top of the chairs, and that's what he does. That's his thing. And so he does the Mavs halftime show sometimes as well. He did
the Dallas Mavs.
Yes, the Dallas
Mavericks.
So he got one of their halftime shows, whatever it was, canceled last minute. So they called him, and he came into town, and he called Robert, because Robert was in the circus as well, and so he's very talented and able. And so he has him as
Marilee's husband.
Yes, as part of the act to hand him the chairs as he's climbing them. He hands him the chairs, and then he also has this pole to hand him up the top chairs, like, because there's 2 that he gets too high off the ground.
Yeah.
So they have this pole that he lifts it up to give him the chairs. And then he does a handstand, and then he tosses the chairs down to Robert, and then is done,
Yeah.
So he wanted Robert's help, and he wanted us to help, because last time he did it for the Mavericks, I wasn't able to go with him, but Robert helped him, and Marilee videos it for his agent or whatever. And then I got to go down, and he had me be his pole girl.
Of course he did. Why wouldn't he?
And I was like, I've waited my whole life for this moment.
How am I out of this loop? I know nothing about this. This is me. Y'all are learning with me. What?
It was so much fun.
Why wasn't I invited?
So
Next,
we got to go down to the parking underneath, like where like the buses for the players and stuff are, and VIP. So we got to go back.
We're about to have our own friendship misunderstanding. Right. Marilee, Robert,
and then we got to go into because he had his own like little dressing room, and so we got to go in there, and we got ready and everything, and we all like coordinated with like some kind of blue, obviously, because it's the Dallas Mavericks. And then we go out to get ready to go out on the court, and so like the cheerleaders do their little thing, then they come in, and then we go out. And so I got to go out where the players go out. I got to go down on the court and be part of his halftime show, and I was, of course, standing there holding the pole. It was great. I had so much fun, and I really didn't do anything. I just stood by.
When was this? What day was this?
That was on Saturday.
Was it Saturday or was it Sunday? Loop completely.
No, it was Sunday.
When I was asleep at 7 and you text me at 7:20?
Yeah, it was Sunday and they won the game. The Mavericks won the game too. I was so happy.
Go Mavericks.
Go Mavericks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What else? Tell me more, Kelly. This is the Kelly episode.
But
tell me more.
What, Gary is so
Title
awesome.
This one the Kelly episode.
Right. Gary's awesome. I'd met him one time before, the last time he came into town and did a Mavs game, but I didn't get to go to the Mavs game. But I still got to meet him because I went over to Marilyn Roberts' house and got to meet him.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. Obviously, I like older guys, and especially when they're talented and they're cool. You know what I mean? Like, so this time after the game, the Mavs paid for him to like go out and eat and everything.
Of
so
course
he took us out to eat with him, and so we went to.
Marilee, I'm judging you for not inviting me. I'm just putting that out there. Go ahead.
Mad at
Continue.
We
Robert.
went to Campese's in Dallas.
Shut up. I love Campese's.
I have never been there.
I have a story about Campese's.
And it was amazing. So you walk in and it's just this red door. It's like this red, like
it's the Egyptian lounge
door. Yeah. And you open it up and it's all dark and the ambiance is like a freaking like strip club, and it's like red leather everywhere and red lights and red candles. Let me explain
Campese's, because I don't know if you know all this. You probably do.
No, I don't know.
Campese's has been here as long as I've been here, longer. Okay. So Campese's has been part of Dallas since I think the 50s. I'm not from the 50s, but regardless. And so it's on, I think, Mockingbird in Dallas. Mm-hmm. And it is an old Italian restaurant. But on the outside, the sign is the original sign, and it says the Campese's, the Egyptian Lounge.
Yep.
I don't know
where I was very confused. I was like, is this Italian? Where are we? What is this?
I've been going there since I was a kid, literally. My mom, many people have taken me there. So I went there when I was married, and I mean like newly married. And so I didn't have kids yet. So I was like 20, 21. And I've been there many times before. And I have to use the restroom. So I get up, we order our food. I go in there to use the restroom. And it's known to, and I don't know that this is true. So when I say this, take it with a grain of salt. But It is the rumor it's owned by the mob, or it was run by the mob.
Yeah.
I don't know that it's even the original owners at this point. But this is back in the day.
Yeah.
And it's been known to be like the guy that killed Kennedy.
Yeah.
He was a regular there, as well as all the mobsters that were associated with that situation.
Wow.
And it was a famous place for many, many years. And so my ex-husband and I are having dinner there, and we ate there quite a bit. We used to live right by there. And so I go into the restroom, and I'm washing my hands, use the restroom, I'm washing my hands, and this waitress comes in, and she is covered in blood. Covered in blood. Like blood is all over her.
Oh my
I know.
gosh.
Yeah. And I'm like, are you okay?
Is that your blood?
What? She's crying hysterically. And she was like, this kid was just hit in the parking lot. I had to pick him up and save him and da-da-da. And she tells this whole story. And I'm like, oh my God. But, you know, it's a known like mob place according to Dallas legend.
Yeah.
Don't know that it's true, but it's very well known within Dallas.
We're just going to go with this. Okay. It's true.
So I come back out to the table. I'm like, oh my God, there's a lady in the bathroom. She's covered in blood and she works here. And I turn around. She's like fucking serving people.
Still covered in blood?
Nope.
No, she
put
got
on,
cleaned up?
I don't know what she did. She had said something else on. And I'm like, that's her. 2 minutes ago, she was covered in blood.
Oh my
What
God.
the hell's going on? It was like, well, what did they say? And I said, well, she said that there was a kid hit in the parking lot. I mean, hit in the alley behind there, blah, blah, blah. So he was like, that's crazy. So I'm like, we got to leave. Like, I don't know what's going on, but we got to leave. So he cashed out and went to leave. And I was like, let's look in the alley. I mean, the way she described it, there should be police. There should be an ambulance. Like, there is a kid dying in that alley. Nothing. I look in the alley. Not a sign. Anything ever happened.
Oh my gosh. So it was like somebody got hurt and then she got him into a car or something and
they were gone.
And they were gone. They didn't want no cops coming around.
And this is probably like 1996.
Oh my gosh.
I've been back since because the foods are delicious.
I mean, it just
really
can't
good.
It was amazing. And I love me some good Italian food. Okay. So
And
that's
it's
why
a cool
I was,
ambiance.
yes. We walked in and I was like, I already like it. I haven't even tasted the food and I want to come back already because, and we got to sit in the very back in the big,
In the booth?
the big,
I've been in it.
round
I
booth
get you.
with the guy, the original guy's like painting
Yes,
up above
I
our
was about
table.
to bring up the painting.
I
There's
was
one of his wife too that's amazing.
I was so excited. Oh my gosh. I did not want to leave. I was
You
like,
thought any minute Tony Soprano was showing up?
Yes. I was like, something's going down in here.
Yeah.
I tell you, bring me some wine. I'm ready.
Very excited. I've been there. I have experienced the same thing.
It was
There is
so
a
good.
feeling when you walk in that
Yes.
place. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. It's a Dallas legend.
I loved it.
It's a Dallas legend.
I can't wait to go back. It was so much
You have to
fun.
go to the original. They have offsets now.
Yeah, I've heard that there's
but it's
those
the
other
one-off
ones. Yeah.
Mockingbird that's the OG Egyptian lounge.
Yeah, you need to go.
You
If
do
you
need to
haven't
go.
been, you need to go.
Its food's amazing. It's amazing.
I got the eggplant parmesan.
Okay, so what's next on your? What else? What else, Kelly? What else? Where are you living?
Oh, that's another thing. Currently,
I love my text to you yesterday. Where do you live right now?
currently a couple of places because the thing is, I'm not fully moving out of Dante's house. I'm going to leave some of my furniture there. Because it's still going to be a place that I go. I'm going to be there, at least a couple of nights a week because I still plan on
y'all aren't
seeing
breaking
it. Yeah.
up, so he understands.
So I
yeah.
still need some stuff there at his house, but most of my day-to-day living stuff, I'm going to be moving out, like my clothes and my accessories and shoes and the stuff to get ready and that kind of stuff. And I'm going to be moving in because Marilyn and Robert are putting trailers on their property because they have a lot of land. And so
Yeah.
they're putting trailers on their property to rent out. And they currently have one that they were going to, start renting out. And I knew that this was going to happen. So I was like,
Let me rent that.
don't rent that out to anybody yet. Let me just can you put my name down? I was like,
I need to
tentative.
sell them my RV.
Yeah, well, you probably could.
They have to do some work to it.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah.
that's where I'm going to be moving into for now. And it really is just kind of like a trial basis. I'm planning on for a few months because what I really think I need is just my own spot, my own place, living thing that I can go into where there's nobody else there. There's no people there.
Yeah.
There's no animals there. It's just me.
Respect
okay?
it, yeah.
And I don't need a whole big house because that would probably drive me crazy. And I'd want to keep it all spotless
And you
clean.
have to maintenance it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just need a little area. I just need a tiny home. And so I was like, the next best thing is, just
RV,
like
yeah.
an RV. So I was just perfect. So that is what we're going to be going into. So probably starting in February, I will be staying in the RV because it's close to town, it's close to my job. I won't have to travel as much. I'm actually not going to be driving. I don't like to drive anyways. And so I'm taking a break from driving really. So, I'm going to have a driver take me to work and pick me up from
Okay,
work.
well, this explains the text the other day. Kelly texts me and says, "Are you going to pick me up?" This is yesterday. Are you going to pick me? Pick me up from work, whatever. And this is a flashback to when we first became friends, and she would refuse to drive.
Yeah, I didn't drive anywhere.
She had vehicles, she wouldn't drive them, or a vehicle. And I was like, and she always had someone to drive her. Always. I've never known anyone. We don't live in New York, y'all. We live in Texas. Like, you have to drive places. Not Kelly.
I always have a driver on retainer.
Yes. And so I was like, I got a lot going on. I can't pick you up. Like, it's been a little crazy. We'll talk about that in a minute. And Kelly, I got that covered. Whatever. And I was like, where's your car? So my text to her yesterday is, where do you live? Where's your
what
car?
happened to your car? What happened? You're like, I don't even know you anymore. I
was so confused. I told Rick that yesterday. I was like, I feel so left out of Kelly's life.
That's what happens when you get sick.
Man, I was
because
so
Kelly
sick.
does not communicate over the telephone. So if
I need to
if
see
I don't
her.
see you and tell you what's going on, you're not gonna know.
No, that's a true fact because the last 2 weeks I've been loose. I mean, like, I don't know what's going on.
I've been waiting to see you so I could update you on everything.
Yeah. Okay, so that's your living arrangement is you're bouncing around, but you have a plan.
Yeah. So I'm going to be living.
You're no
during
longer
the week.
driving again.
No, not driving.
No specific reason other than you're Kelly.
Yes.
Okay, fair. I know Kelly. Got you. I got you.
It's just that it takes up so much mental capacity for me just to simply get in a car and drive somewhere. It is so anxiety inducing and so much that it's just so much easier for me not to do it.
I understand to a degree, but I am the opposite.
I know a car is most people's freedom.
That's my
and they
independence.
love getting in there and they love just going for a drive and clearing their head. And I get that, but that is not me.
You know, Rick the other day was like, I was thinking about selling my truck. I mean, trading in my truck and getting a new truck, but I don't want to buy the new year they're coming out with. It's the first year for this engine. I don't want to risk it, blah, blah, blah. So he drives a 2019 F-250. It's a big truck.
Yeah.
And I drive a 21. It's only a year old. I think it's a 21 Ram. I preferred my F-150. Long story, I wrecked it. Bless her heart. She's gone to truck heaven.
R.I.P.
And I really miss my F-150. And so he tells me he's thinking about buying a new one, but he's probably going to wait a year, blah, blah, blah. And so me being me and putting I started imagining all the options. I'm like, maybe I could give him my truck to trade in. He could get a new truck and I'd drive his truck and have no payments. Like, he would have the payments, but he could take the deposit, all the money I've invested in my truck.
Yeah.
If I have no payments.
Yeah.
And I love his truck. It's big ass F-250, black. It's badass. You know what I mean? Doesn't have heated seats. I could live, I guess. I'm a little spoiled.
You are.
Yeah, but I love his truck. Like, he's got a badass truck, you know, and it's his truck, and I feel warm and fuzzy in his truck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's his truck. And so in my head, I'm like, maybe I just want his truck. Maybe he could take my truck, trade in, get himself a new truck, and I want his truck and have no payments. Because he doesn't pay my truck. We moved in together and we split bills, but not truck payments.
Yeah.
And trucks are not cheap, FYI.
No.
And then I talked myself out of it because I really like my heated seats.
And your heated steering wheel?
My heated steering wheel that I didn't even know was heated. But I do love that big back seat. And I do love that big F. I feel like a badass when I drive it. Like the other day, I went and got the groceries and I had to drop them off. And I was like, "Wah, my big truck."
Move out of the way.
Yeah. And so I go back and forth. We'll see. So I like driving and I like big things. And I'm the opposite is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want a big ass truck.
I want a big ass truck too, but I just want somebody else to be driving it. Just to pick me up in the big ass truck.
That's me. I'll pick you up in the big
That's
ass
what
truck.
I wanted, but you were too busy for me.
I wasn't busy. I was sick.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Those are two different things. I was sick as shit,
You were
man.
too sick for me.
I was too sick for Rick. I was too sick for everybody.
I know. It's
You know.
okay. I'm glad you're feeling better.
I am feeling better. I will tell you about my day today. That was one of the things we talked about. I got pissed. This is first world problems. I'm putting this out there. So I apologize for anyone that's listening to this that has real problems. I've been you. I've had real problems. This is not real problems.
This is not one of those problems.
No, this is first world problems.
Can you tell me? I'm ready.
Okay. It's just a little ridiculous. Okay, so I'm at work today. I had a great day at work. No problem. Okay, well, let me fast forward. Let me rewind to yesterday.
Rewind, fast forward.
All the above. So I go yesterday. and you and I were going to record, but that was a last minute decision. Also, last minute decision was a few other things. My kids let me know yesterday morning they were each out of a different medication, and my kids are autistic and they require certain medications, mood stabilizers, nothing that.
And they need them every day.
One in particular needs them more than the other. It is a problem. You've seen it. And they had gone to their dad's for the weekend, and I packed their pills in like a one of those weekly divider things.
Yeah.
So that I know if they've skipped a dose, because you have to watch it, you know. And so I had packed it last week, and I usually repack it on Sunday. And somehow I missed the fact that one was going to be out of pills and the other one was going to be almost out of pills. I don't know how I missed that. And so I didn't know they need to see the doctor this week, but the doctor's been on maternity leave. So she's been calling in their prescriptions. No big deal. Like, you know, for 3 months.
Yeah.
Well, she's back now, I guess. I didn't know that yet. And so she didn't call in the prescriptions. And so on Monday morning, my kid is like, oh, I'm out of pills. Oh, I'm out of pills too. I don't have pills. One's like, I'm not going to school without this pill. Fair enough. This kid can't go to school without this pill. The other kid went to school, had a minor meltdown. It was a little bit of a problem, dealt with it. So I'm at work all day. I get off work. I pick them up from school, and I'm like, I've called the doctor. The doctor's like, you've got to see us. They won't allow us to go this many months without an actual visit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but they can still do video conference since COVID. And the doctor's office is an hour from here. So it's not like I can just jump in the car and go there.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, so we have an appointment at 5. So I get off work. I get home. I'm thinking we're going to record at 6 tomorrow. That was the plan. Last minute plan as well. So that was thrown into it. So I'm like, okay, I got to record at 6. I got to get home. I get home about 4 o'clock. I got to make dinner for these kids because to take their medicine, they need dinner. I've got to get them for their appointment at 5 o'clock. Do their appointment. When their appointment's done, I'm going to finish dinner. I'm like cooking during the appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But the doctor doesn't want to see you cooking. She gets mad.
Yeah. She wants you paying attention.
So every time the kids are talking, I'm running and doing this. She does not know there is a chair in the kitchen so that I can do both. So I'm cooking dinner, and I'm talking like baked chicken. I didn't know I was going to have a rough night and had all this shit going on. So I didn't plan an easy meal.
Yeah.
So I'm making stuffing. I'm making baked chicken. I'm making like real meal here. I have other stuff going on too, sides. Doing that. I'm doing this. I'm doing everything. I'm making it happen. It's working out. I'm going to get this thing. $200 for this doctor's appointment. I need their medication.
Yeah.
Right? So we're going to get it happen. So I finished doctor's appointment, finished dinner, rush over here, forgot to tell Al I was coming. He didn't unlock the door. See you for a second. Leave here. Go to HEB to pick up the prescription. It's not ready. They have a 35-minute wait in line. I get up there. They're like, it's not ready. Come back in an hour.
Oh, my gosh.
They close in an hour and 20 minutes. I'm like, okay. I go through the line. I'm just like, what's the point of going home? So I just exit through the drive-through. Get back in
line. Yeah.
Right. Make it through. Still not ready. I have one of them, but not both kids ready.
Oh, my gosh.
Shit. Okay. Pick up that kids, drive it home, come right back, get back in the line. At this point, they're going to close in 20 minutes. Get through the line, pick it up, get their medication, get home. It is a long day.
Yeah.
Get in bed about 8:30. Got to put out because at this point, bless this man's heart.
Add one more thing to the
Not
docket.
that I didn't want you to, but you know.
Yeah, I know.
But I got to do that too, which is not a complaint, but whatever. Do that. Wake up this morning, go to work. Work's no problem. Get off work. Pick up my kids in a good mood. I take that back. 7:15 this morning. They get picked up at the bus at 7:45. My son's like, I have no clothes that fit. I'm not going to school. Now, mind you, I spent $400 on clothes on him on five and a half weeks ago.
Did he hit a growth spurt?
He did. He's a teenager. He's outgrown all his pants in a matter of 5 weeks that I just bought him. So I'm like, you have no pants. I have no pants. I'm not going to school. You have pants. Fine pants. The only pants that fit me, the button's missing. Then wear them. I do not care if the button's missing. We're going back and forth. My coworkers are scared of me at this point because they hear me on the phone with him. And I am giving him a life lesson. Hang up, whatever. Go through my day. Pick them up from school. He's 10 minutes late walking out because he's painting something for a set in drama. I'm pissed. Because at this point, it's 4:15. I have to be here at 5. I still have to make dinner. I have to get home and make dinner.
Oh, my gosh.
So I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. I tell Rick specifically, Put out the hamburger meat I froze. I have 2 packages of hamburger meat frozen in Ziplocs. They're going to go bad because they're not freezer bags. Please get those out. Defrost them today. He didn't have to work today because it was raining.
Yeah.
Okay. Get home. He has put out 1 of them and 1 venison. Okay, I'm sorry to drop the F-bomb again, but I have had enough fucking venison. And I'm making sloppy joes. And I wasn't making sloppy joes for anyone but me.
Yeah.
I want a fucking sloppy joe, okay? I'm in the mood for a sloppy joe. My kids don't like sloppy joes. Rick claims he likes them. But I want a sloppy joe. I want a hamburger sloppy joe. Now I've got half venison, half beef. If I was like making them on a normal day and I had all the time in the world, I would have just made 2 different pans.
Yeah.
But because I don't have time, I've got to make 1 pan. So I'm like pissed about that because I've had enough things go wrong. And on the way home, the kids have said a few things that have pissed me off, so I'm a little gripey.
Yeah, on edge.
I've had enough. And so I get home. Well, first off, last night after I got home from everything, I made that dinner before I left, and I get home, and those damn dishes are still in the
Good
fucking
Lord.
sink. And I lost my mind. Because come on. And there weren't many. There were 2. I'd done the rest. So I'm mad about that. So then I'm like, okay, I'm trying to pull it together. I realize I'm getting mad. And so I grab at the kids. I get home. I walk in. I see the fact that there's venison. And that just sends me over the edge.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like venison. It's that I didn't want it today.
Yeah.
And I gave
I
specific
asked you
instructions.
specifically for hamburger meat.
Right. And I realize it's going to get ugly if I bring this up.
Yeah.
I'm pissed. I don't want venison. I'm thick for a reason. I like my food, y'all. So, and I ordered a new laptop and it arrived today and I'm happy about my laptop.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? I'm all excited. It's for the podcast. Like this is the only reason I ordered it, and my book because I'm working on a book. So that's the only reason I ordered it. So I'm excited. It's a Chromebook. It's not a full laptop. It's a Chromebook because I want it to fit my purse, not be too big.
That's what I have.
And so I'm like, all right. And so my book has arrived. I want to go upstairs and look at it and open it and whatever. But I don't have any time. So I know I can't deal with it. And I'm just going to open it.
Yeah.
Right. So I see the meat and it pisses me off. I only have, at this point, like 40 minutes to get everything done and be here. So I throw the meat in the thing. I throw the fries in the electric thing. I run upstairs. I open it. It's the wrong fucking color.
Oh, my gosh.
I ordered a white one. It's navy blue.
Bitches.
I am not happy. It was what sent me over the edge. I'm like, what the hell? Blah, 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 blah. I'm mad. This is first world problems. I'm well aware. I got the wrong color laptop that I could afford. I'm sorry. And I'm like, okay. And I might add, I have never bought myself a computer. I bought everybody else in my family a computer. I bought every kid I own a laptop. I have never bought myself anything like that. But this was for the podcast. It was just for me. It was my birthday gift to myself.
And they screwed it up.
So I'm like, and so I'm like, okay. I just put it aside. I'm not even going to deal with this right now. Like, I don't even know it's the right damn computer at this point. I just like threw it over the side. I go downstairs. I've not even said hi to Rick. He's still in the garage. I don't even know if he knows I'm home. I'm pissed and I know it's not the right time to approach it.
Yeah.
So I go downstairs and start finishing dinner. I'm making dinner. I'm blah, 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 blah. I'm pissed off at the kids. Both downstairs toilets are stopped up.
Oh, good Lord.
So I have 2 stopped up toilets out of 3. I have a dinner I have to make that is the wrong meat. I have the wrong color computer. My kid says he doesn't have a single pair of pants. My other kid wants me to enroll her in dance because she's trying to get back into like a dance classes for exercise. And she is like OCD. So she's hounding me and I got to do it right now.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. I am losing my mind. Rick wanders in the room clueless.
Oh, no.
He was like, uh-oh. I don't even know what he said, honestly. Blah, 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 blah.
Like Charlie Brown.
And then if you can, yes. And then if you can imagine the Alien movie, is it Alien? No, it's not Alien. Ghostbusters. When Sigourney Weaver becomes like this devil chick and she has this devil look, that was me at about 4:40 today. And so he comes over and be like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I've had enough of life. He was like, I don't know who upset you, but someone did, and I'm going to leave. I said, good idea. Good idea. And before you leave, this is venison, and I told you beef. And I just wanted a sloppy Joe, like a normal beef sloppy Joe. He goes, well, it was too much meat. I looked at them both and I decided that was just too much meat and this was less meat. I said, no, it doesn't.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just full on crazy at this point.
That's what you get for thinking.
Basically, man. And so he's like, he just leaves. He just like knows this is a bad idea.
Stage left.
Yes, he's gone. And then I am cooking beef, cooking fries. I was going to make a third side, and I'm like, fuck this. They've pissed me off.
They only get 2.
You only get fries, sweet potato fries, but whatever. So then I'm like, and my daughter's like, my toilet still doesn't work. I'm like, I got this. Well, then Rick, clueless, walks in, and he has bought some kind of toilet, like liquid stuff.
Yeah.
You just use this and and don't flush feminine. I was like, it's the boy that's the problem. I'm totally Sigourney Weaver in this movie at this point. And I'm like, what do you want him to do? Do you think he has a period? Like, I'm just full on crazy. And he's just like hiding. And I'm like, forgive me. I need to cook this venison and then unplug this toilet. So I go in there and I do that. I do the other toilet because my son's is plugged up because he's a boy. And our house is 100 years old. Shit happens. You know what I mean? Literally, shit happens.
It does.
So I deal with the toilets. This is all in 40 minutes.
This is insane.
Right. And I do that. I cook a whole meal of shit I don't want to eat and I'm pissed about because I was really in the mood for a sloppy Joe. I'm not going to lie. It really like upset me. I really wanted a good sloppy Joe. I don't want it now. You just saw me eat a taco. So I'm like, you know. So I do all that kind of shit and everything. And then I tell my son, I'm like, give me your pant size. I got to stop after I do the 2 podcasts I got to record because I recorded with Al and Amy before this. I got to stop and buy you pants, which is I'm doing next. I told Rick, I was like, I'll be home about 11 the way things are going.
Don't wait up.
It's horrible. Bless their hearts.
Oh
but it's not my fault. Like, why would I not be pissed?
I know. I understand.
You know,
I would have just melted.
At some point, Zaylee, who is the one that cares the least shits about my opinion because the girl has no qualms about pissing anyone off, comes in, what can I do for you to help you?
Whoa.
I was like, leave the room. I've had enough of y'all.
Turn the heck around.
She didn't. She sat down and was like, seriously, what do I need to do? I was like, stir this meat while I change. So that was my day today. And then I got here and everything was fine.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about something happy real quick. I want to know, someone has a birthday coming up.
I do on Friday. By the time this comes out, it might be my birthday by the time it comes out.
Hopefully we'll get it out before your birthday.
Yeah, I'm going to be 21.
Really? You're going to be able to buy your first legal alcoholic drink at a bar?
Yes,
oh
I
my
am.
Gosh, I'm so proud.
I am too.
It's a milestone.
I mean, 21 plus 27.
Who's counting?
How the hell that happened? I don't know. Yes, my birthday is Friday. And so I told Rick, I was like, well, what are we going to do for my birthday? Whatever. And he did, he's like, whatever. And then
whatever.
But he'll do whatever. But his daughter is showing a heifer, a female cow, for those that are wondering, for her college thing at the Fort Worth Stock Show, which is a big deal. It's like a big rodeo. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I haven't been in years. And so he was like, well, Madison's going to be there. Do you want to go to stock shows? But she's like not showing that day. She's just going to be there.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, I definitely want to go to stock show. I'm excited about that. Let's go to stock show.
Nice.
He was like, let's do that for your birthday. Let's go to stock show. We'll make something special out of it. We'll do dinner. We'll just the 2 of us. Like she's going to be there with her college. She's not going to be there with us.
Yeah.
So he was like, let's do something. I was like, in it. I'm in it. I love the idea. And so I was like, what about Friday night? Do you want to do something on my actual birthday? And he was like, I was like, like with friends or something like that. And he was like, yeah, do something with your friends. I'll stay home. And I was like, no, dude, it's my birthday.
No, I mean like we do something with my friends.
And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, tell you what, you and I will do something. We'll do dinner. Not a big deal. Because Saturday's our big deal.
Yeah.
And I was like, but Thursday, Kelly wants to do something. Her and I will just do dinner. We'll just have a good girls' dinner, whatever the case is. He was like, whatever you want to do, blah, 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 blah. So I'm thinking Thursday we'll do a dinner, whatever. I can't stay up late.
I know.
Even on a Friday I can't because I get up at 4 on Friday still. So by the time it's 7, I'm like yawning.
Yeah.
It sucks, but it's what it is.
Well, that's all I want. I want to just be able to do a dinner or something, or even if it's not a dinner, if it's just drinks or something. Like, I want to have a specific time.
I almost sent Marilee a text and be like, plan on Thursday, girls' night. We're just going to do a dinner. But I was like, I'd probably talk to Kelly first.
I guess I could tell her.
Well, because you were the one that was pushing. We're doing dinner.
Because you said we were going to celebrate Girls Weekend because we're going down in February.
Yes.
And I was like, well, that's great, but that's not good enough for me.
Okay. Yeah, we're doing a birthday.
I need something like, it doesn't have to be on your birthday, but it's got to be closer. I can't wait until February to celebrate your birthday.
Yes, which is really sweet. I will tell you this, and which I haven't talked to you, obviously, because I've been sick. But Erica reached out to me about a week ago, and she was like, hey, your birthday's coming up. What do you want to do? And I was like, I'm sick. I'm not even thinking about it. And she was like, well, I'm thinking we need to do something. And Jen messaged me, which is one of our friends. Mm-hmm. And she was like, and Jen wanted to do something for your birthday. And she said, we need to do something for Zada's birthday before March. I don't know why before March. That's what she decided. And she goes, and I was like, okay, well, my birthday's next week. And she was like, I know. So what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. Give me a day or two to think about it. Because I was so sick. Mm-hmm. She's like, okay. Well, I didn't get back with her. So 2 days later, she's like, bitch, what's the plan? And Erica's birthday is next month. So I was like, it could be a combination birthday thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, well, let's just go to the cabin.
Yeah.
It's all our favorite place to go.
I'm excited.
Let's go to the cabin and do something at the cabin. She's like, that's what I was hoping you'd say. And I was like, what do you want? She's like, I got this from here.
Say no more. Say no more.
Yeah. You tell me anyone I need to invite and we got it. But I got it. You're not going to have to organize all this one, which normally is me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. She's like, who do you want? She was, and she named everybody. She was like, Kelly, Mary, Jen, Shelby. Like she starts name. I was like, yes, I want the OGs.
Yeah, the OGs.
And so she was like, okay, we'll plan it, blah, blah, blah. I said, I'll contact Bonnie. So I contacted Bonnie. She was super excited.
Yay.
So that will be the birthday thing, is to do a girls' weekend in February, which we've never done one in February.
No, we haven't.
And so I was like, awesome. That's the weekend planned. No problem. And then I realized that the weekend before that, I have my godmother who passed away about a little over a year ago. I have her like, I don't want to call it a funeral, but celebration of life, because it was during COVID-ish times. Yeah. They kind of held it off. And that is the weekend before, and it's in Austin, so it's not that far from San Saba. And I was like, well, shoot, I got to go to Austin the week before that. I'll just make it a day trip, blah, blah, blah. And then my sister was like, no, we have a wedding to go to. Our cousin's daughter is getting married outside of Austin. Yeah. The day before that. And I was like, I guess I'm going to freaking Austin that weekend. Damn it. I got a lot going on, is the moral of this story. So I have a wedding, I have a funeral, and I have a birthday celebration coming up. That's my life. That's everything I got going on.
Man,
I have a lot. And I got the wrong color computer. I never went back to this. So Rick comes upstairs before I leave, and I'm getting dressed, and he was like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just frustrated. It's like everybody's expecting so much from me, and no one's doing anything to help me, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like venting. I got it. Understand. He's being cool about it. Mm-hmm. He goes downstairs. I have to change. I'm trying to get dressed. And I was like, and they sent me the wrong color computer. He goes, is it the right computer? Is it better maybe? I was like, I don't know. It's not white. I wanted a white computer or pink or something. I want a girly computer. I'm girly. He was like, okay, I'm just going to go downstairs. I was like, go. I think he's in the garage where he normally goes. Maybe the kitchen. He's in the laundry room. I don't know that. He's working on the laundry. He's scared.
He's so scared he got that man working on laundry.
I do. And I have my jeans that I'm going to wear in the dryer that I'd put in the night before. And apparently he'd restarted it because he likes to hang things hot so it don't wrinkles, whereas I don't give a shit. I'll put it in a ball. And so I don't know he's down there. So I'm like in a hurry, and I like slammed the door open and I hit him. Because right there, right inside
domestic
the door.
Abuse.
Yeah. And I like hit him with the door and not know it. And I realized instantly what I did. And I opened it. I was like, I'm sorry. What are you doing in my room? Lord knows he doesn't do a lot of laundry. He's like,
my domain.
And he's like leaned over the dryer like he's been hit. And he was like, you just attacked me with the door. I'm putting these clothes away. Don't worry about it. I got it. I'm here to put these clothes away. I was like, I need those jeans now. Horrible. Bless his heart.
Zada.
I know. Pray for Rick, y'all. Pray for Rick.
Oh, well.
He got some last night. He can't complain. It was good, too, and I did all the work. So whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
It's whatever. I'm just kidding. I didn't do all the work. But, anyway, so that's what I've been doing.
Well, I'm glad we finally got to get updated on each other's lives.
You're welcome. Sex included, all of the above.
There was a void there. I'm glad that got filled.
There was.
In many, many ways.
I know. Probably more than anyone wants to know. More than anyone wants to know. I did run into a high school friend in here last night, which you saw because you were here with me.
Yeah.
And she is not on Facebook. I assume she's not on Facebook, but she's not on my Facebook, but I don't think she's on Facebook. I haven't seen her since high school. And she was my friend's younger sister's friend. And she goes, "Oh, what are you doing here?" I said, "Well, we're here to record." Not even thinking she doesn't know we do a podcast. We're here to record. "Oh, you're in a band?" I wish.
Yeah, she's a lead singer.
I wish I had that talent. No.
I play the spoons.
I'm just here to talk a lot. That's all I do. I apologize.
You might get more than you bargained for.
Wish I could sing. I cannot. That's Kelly. Anyways, that's all I got. What you got? Anything else?
That's it. Speaking of singing, they are starting karaoke next door, which I don't know if you'll be able to hear on here or not. I can hear it. I can hear the karaoke.
I hear
next
it too.
door. I think I'm going to go over there and grace them with my presence.
All right. I'm going to go and get some pants for my son.
All right.
Yay, me.
Yay.
So we'll talk to y'all next week.
Yes.
After my birthday, we'll tell you all about it.
Mm-hmm. And maybe we'll have some pictures.
Yeah. Maybe, probably not. I posted a picture of Rick and I together today because, like, they do like the little things, like been together this long, blah blah.
Yeah.
Dating since, and you're supposed to put the year. I'm like, I don't know.
Good question.
You don't know. Met what year? I don't know. Started dating what year? Ish. I don't know. Engaged? Nope. Married? Nope. Still together? Oh yeah, we're still together. Most recent picture. Fuck, that's 3 years ago. We don't take pictures, nothing.
I never think to take pictures either. I've tried to start getting better at that, to remember to
I take pictures of my girlfriends, not my man.
I know, me neither. I had no picture. I think that there's like 2 pictures of me and Dante that exist.
Oh, Rick and I, 10 years now. We got maybe 6. Okay, so and he looks goofy in all of them. I don't know why. He makes this stupid ass face.
Why does he want people to think he looks stupid?
He doesn't know how to smile because he's never happy. I don't know.
He's like, I don't know what to do with my face.
No, I don't know what to do.
Am I smiling? No, you are growling.
I don't know what's going
you
on
look
here.
like you're constipated
You
right
might
now.
stab someone again. That's a different story. Anyways, thanks for joining us, everybody. And we'll be back.
We love you guys. Stay safe.
Stay safe and come back and join us again for another episode of Two Sides and a Truth.
Peace out, player.